Alright, guys and girls, what a beautiful view. Honestly, this is a beautiful game mode in its own way. But, oh, we're nearly out of time. But, welcome to my little tips and tricks kind of video. I'm very quickly gonna go around and just give you some tips I think are useful that I don't think a lot of players know about or use in this game. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, tip number one. If you are at a high enough height, you can effectively infinitely fly across the map. You do this by doing this, pulling out your chute, and then doing this. Hold right click, or whatever the button is on console, and you can fly. Now it's important to note that if you're on the ground, you have to boost up twice minimum. If you try and boost up once, it will not work. Parachute. Wah, wah, wah. Alright. One. And again. Now pull your chute. Hold it right click or wherever the button is. And there we go. And you can do as many times as long as you're not too close to the ground. Alright, tip number two. There's actually a way to run just as fast, if not slightly slower, than having no weapons. So this is going to be quite useful if you have something like an LMG. For whatever reason, you're trying to level up. Say you want to level up the new LMG, but you want two weapons, like the Heavy Scorcher and an LMG of some sorts. You can actually still run as if you have, um, your hands out, no extra weapon. And you simply do that with the kill streak. So in my case, my button is Q. And when you pull this out, your sprint becomes infinitely faster. Much, much faster. And I've tested this, and you're basically, I think, just as fast. It's really hard to tell, but I think you are just as fast as running with your hands out. So if you need to get to places fast, even with heavy guns, as you can see, I'm quite slow. Blah. Fast. Speed. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. Go away. Alright. Teleporters. So one of the most underutilized thing in this game is teleporters. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna go as far as claiming this. The flying mechanic thing, I invented. I'm fairly certain of it. Not many people were raving about Modern Warfare Z, meanwhile I was having a ton of fun on it. And in the same way, I basically invented this tactic. Yes, I'm gonna say it now. Teleporting. So as you know, a lot of people like to rush to the triangles to sort of get a good piece of either the second level crystal or the third one, a flawless. Well, you can actually do that by just teleporting, and the main key code you need to get to T3, there's only two, is V, I, and V line. Press F, and Bob's your uncle. You're on top of this tower. Oh gosh, this guy wants me around for some reason. Then I recommend you do this, and then you can fly like this to the cargo delivery, or if you want to head to the triangle, boom, and boom. Bum 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 bum. Exfils, they're a bit more useful than just for killing zombies. For instance, I can grind a lot of zombie kills and get a lot of these candies, but also in the instance of you wanting to do camos or something, this is also great for it. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. After a while, the game sort of limits the number of zombies to, I think, around 50 per exfil or something like that, or at a time at the exfil. But that's still not too bad considering the max you need for any challenge I think is 300. So just 5 waves of the big boys. If you also need special kills, I highly recommend you head over to the tier 2 exfil, which there's only one in this game ever. Can I see it? Can I? I think it's gone. Oh no, it's left. Yeah. Go away, please. And you see, one of the challenges for the final camel serve challenges for Borealis is you need 10 zombie special kills. If you struggle to kill special zombies, I've made a separate video of that. Go check it out. He's gone. Bye-bye. But yes, the level 2, the level 1 does do this as well, but not as many. But with the level 2, you can get a variety of disciples and manglers. Usually manglers you can get easily 4 to 5 in one exfil. So 2 rounds of a tier 2 exfil will get your final challenge for Borealis done. And if not, there's actually a much easier way, which I will show you once this circle heads towards the end. Go away, dog. Alright, struggling with camo challenges, needing to get the zombie kills, can't find the zombies, yada yada. Now you can do this on tier 2 or tier 1. You can even do this on tier 3 depending on the strength of the weapon. Some weapons, especially from Modern Warfare 2, suck, and I mean really suck. Especially one of the shotguns I remember was absolute hell to level up. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do this with the Outlast contract. Simply go over, activate it, and you want to build up the, oh, it's the old map. I like subbase. Activate it, get it juiced up, nice and happy. And you want to go all the way up, or close to the top, really. And while you're waiting for it to go up, you should find a fairly comfortable spot for you to sort of exit out of the zone area for the Outlast contract. I wonder how much candy I'm gonna get at the end of this. 2733. Don't get that. Do not get that. If you're doing camos. Don't worry. Oh yes, another tip actually while we're at it. Dogs are a great way to block off zombies because the fire stops them, as you can see. So if you're in a tight doorway and you want to stop zombies coming through, would recommend you try and do that. Here's another tip for you. Can I go away yet? Here's a doggy. Come on over, doggy. I like how he's so much faster too. There we go. You'll notice how it acts as a shield for me. These zombies cannot really get me until the fire stops. Oh, sugar, I didn't mean to. Oh gosh. Oh well. So point is that you wanna get that revved up to about 95%. Then you want to walk out of the range, and when you walk out of the range, the Outlast contract will go down. When it goes down, you just want to wait till it goes down to a reasonable amount, about 70. And when that happens, you want to go back in, and the 70 will start climbing back to 90%. You want to simply keep it in between 70 and 90% to get the most zombies. And doing so will give you an infinite supply of zombies to kill for whatever reason. Now, if your challenge involves manglers or disciples, you ideally want to do tier 2. If you got a strong weapon like this that you want to level up, you're perfectly fine to go and do this in T3 as well, with the same principle. Alright, so next tip. Teleporters are also useful in other situations. For example, if you're waiting for the, oops, excuse me, final circle, you won't see that. It could either be here or here. Now, if you wanted to, and say, oh no, the final exfil isn't here, and it was actually all the way down here, you can simply use this teleporter and punch in T8V. Oh, that's disappeared because it timed out. I actually have the codes on an image on my Steam account. So when I press Shift Tab, you won't see this, but I'm seeing this now. A map with codes. I'll put a link down for you guys that I personally use. But if you wanted to go down there, it's T8V. If this ever did load up. T8V. Oh, and it also costs 1,000. Be aware of that. Next tip. If you have a gas mask which is low, because you've been in the... Go away, I'm trying to do tutorials. You've been in the gas, you can quite simply refill it by going to these. It says refill ammo, but believe it or not, my first red worm attempt was actually me doing it without a mask. Yes, you heard that right, because the game nowhere tells you. For whatever reason, I imagine they assumed you were going to do it because of Warzone knowledge, maybe. Or something like that. That the ammo caches do refill gas masks. I had no idea for like 2 seasons. Okay, next tip. There is actually a final exfil which you can escape on at the end of the lobby. You don't actually have to exfil early. Now if you were trying to do camo challenges, like say you needed special zombie kills, well you just got 3 right there and there's more to go. And these are tier 1 level zombies, so say for whatever reason you're not confident with tier 2 or 3 and you're struggling to find a T1, it's perfectly fine because you can literally just do this. Alright, tip number 4 while we're here. If you wanted to get, you know, like these candy things, you can actually gather them around much easier by simply using one of these. And then Bob's your uncle. Do not jump into it though, otherwise you're in trouble. Let's go. Bye bye. If you preferred, you could tunnel them through the helicopter. It really doesn't matter. Let me go and get this. Next tip, if somebody's trying to steal your little circle thing, just do that. Also, a pretty helpful tip to note, throwing knives in this game are overpowered. I don't know why anyone has not said this, but this is tier 3 zombies. Dead. Nearly dead. Pick it back up off him. Dead. Dead. Those are tier 3 zombies that guns themselves are not good at killing. They are good against armor. Well, they are good against armor, if I'm honest. They're just a bit tricky to deal with. You also have to make sure you're precise in terms of aiming. Dead. 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 I missed. Where is it? Don't hit me. Alright, next tip. Let's go and get my little gun going. So, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the... Come here. Ether Blade's damage is dependent on you and how much, whatchamacallit, why is he attacking them? I don't know what's going on. But you notice how you've got all these tools? Well, each of these will give a different level of damage to the bosses in particular, as you can see. Now, if I were to... Please leave my bounty alone, thank you. You know there's a greater level of damage if I can get some peace around here. Even more. Let's go to purple. Can you keep going? Right, you come here. And you'll notice some more damage. Okay, well. No, come to me. Why is this so hard to do a tutorial? There we go, perfect. There we go, a bit more damage. It isn't significant, but you get the point, really. There we go, and a bit more. Hopefully this illustrates it quite well. There's a difference in that there's a bit more than a slither. Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Don't look at me, you should have picked it up when you had the chance. Alright, next tip. A lot of people, as you can see, go for tier 3 contracts. Whether that be due to fun or for money, it's a bit of both usually. This is really the wrong approach. Because you see, the tier 3 contracts are much longer generally, due to the amount of zombies and the fact that the tier 3 zombies have much more armor. What is a bit more effective is actually going to tier 2 and sticking to tier 2, because in the time that I am taking to complete a tier 1, or excuse me, a tier 3 contract, I am already done within a couple of seconds with the tier 2 contract. And you have to remember, I think it's a 20% gain with the extraction level, or containment level, excuse me. So by the time you're done killing a bounty in tier 3, I would have already done 2 bounty contracts in tier 2. When you add on the fact that you've got the 20% extra from containment levels, you're basically looking at just about the same in terms of money from a tier 3 contract, which is around 5,000. Oh look, next tip. If you guys want to do either get some kills, be it for camos, or you want to get an ammo mod specifically for a challenge or something else, the best place are ether nests here. And what I like to do is this: gather them all around, use your ether shroud, do this, leave one, and then you want to rotate round and you want to spray. Let them gather to you if they're not broken right now. Like this. Perfect. They should group up a bit better when the AI actually works. But yeah, you get the point. And voila. You also get money. And as an additional bonus, you also have the chance to get some turret circuits. But say you needed some mercenary kills for whatever reason, well, you can actually shoot through these as long as you don't have the incendiary ammo mod. Like so. Sometimes the back door's open, usually you have to trigger zombie into doing this, but you can get it open like that. Or you can simply come through here and shoot through like this. You don't even usually need to see through the wall with the perk. It's just the case of spraying and praying, but it makes it easy if you do. Onwards. Alright, so if you're not lucky enough to have one of these or a scorcher, you can climb up the stairs to get to this. It's on this side of the building. It's weird. I may show you. You have to dodge some mines, and you'll also have to dodge some one turret or two turrets, I believe. But if you do, you'll find this guy here. If you're lucky enough, you can do a stealth attack, but I don't think I will be able to. No. He's down. Thank you. And you'll notice you get one of these comms. The reward for doing this, and there's effectively 4 of these we need to do, is a lot of money, a fair amount of good things like tools or a crystal or two. And it does add up quite well if you do not want to do the bounties for whatever reason. Play the wrong way. So let's quickly go. Okay, come in, princess. My cat's moaning. Okay, you go, kitty. Right. 8V question mark. Right. Jump down here. And you'll be met with these lovely guys. They just want to give you a hug, really. Die. 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 Gosh, they're so rude. Do this. And you can remember these codes if you want. IV question mark. Okay, let me go away and redo that. If you open up the shift tab too quickly, this happens. IV question mark. Amount of money. I've never been this poor in my life. Oh my god. Alright, we'll be right back. Run faster. You want to climb up here from this hole in the roof, up the zip line to the nearest corner. Question mark, just for clarity's sake, you can simply do it over there in the tunnel I was in. This is just because I had no money. That teleports us here, and we want to go to this hut, which is fairly obvious given the room it is in. And these guys, this is gonna spawn like some zombies. They ain't a big deal. It's just, if you want some points, go for it. If you need some plates, you got some 4 stack of plates, and sometimes you do get these. The zombies aren't really responsive right now. I'm assuming there's a cheater in this lobby that's basically made these zombies docile. I know because I was playing and these zombies were docile. Then I saw something along the lines of a player was banned in the lobby. And all of a sudden the zombies started acting normally. So yeah, this game is not very good in terms of security. Alright, now if you want to use a teleporter, you just head on over to this little ridge. You'll want to look for the one with a sort of plate on the top. That's the one. There's 3 of these entrances, but you want to do the middle one with this little plate thing here. Head to the right over here. And then we want to go to the final one, which is depending on the map. Hold on. the knight, if he hasn't been killed already. Probably has, yeah, there he is. You'll see a grey dot around the map. If he isn't dead, you'll see it moving. You can tag it and chase it, yeah. But somebody's killed him, so my job is being made easier. So in that case, you want to then head on over to, whatchamacallit, this little gap here. This is the entrance, or you can go through the mine, but this is easier. Bottom right corner of the map, find this little lake diagonal to this, right there. Oh wait, in this case we need to do VTU. V, kill some zombies. T, and U, where are you? Alright. And today...
Hi, how are you?
Hi! I don't even know why he's doing that, but you find that we're already in their little hideout. I cannot speak sometimes. Well, it's because I got a fat tongue. Why do I have a fat tongue? I don't know, I have an illness that causes my tongue to swell, and it's causing issues sometimes. I'm gonna take all your goodies, your Halloween treats. Then, one, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the knight is still alive. Hold on. Hold on, that's not making too much sense to me. That may not be the knight then. Am I blind? Can you leave me alone, please? I'm having a moment. Ugh. Do you guys see him? Do you see a grey dot moving? He follows the railroad track, so... What the heck is going on here? I'm gonna assume he's over here then and he's not been killed off or something. So let's just go over there. V-line square 8. Where's the nearest? It's over there. Well, it looks like you guys may be lucky enough to see the knight. After all, it really doesn't matter. Although I will say he's quite a bit of an annoying one to kill. And he's got aimbot to the max. Some him operator, I really don't care about that, to be honest with you. I am I? Okay, thank you. I gotta stop doing that. V-line square U. Is this V-line? No, V-line square 8. I swear it's so mesmerizing trying to look at it. Right, you're here, right? You're either dead or alive. I don't know. Yoo-hoo! Mr. Knight. Oh, you are alive. Okay. Sneak attack. There you go. And that's how you really kill the knife. The knight's knife. Usually he'll be roaming around in this and he'll be shooting you in the back. Now, if you try and pursue him while he's driving, he's basically an aimbot master. You get the point. So what you want to do is you want to post up here and basically do this or some level of this to kill him. You want to attack the driver and then he's basically dead. Okay, let's go. Hello. There we go, down. So, one thing to note as well, if you don't do the little device things, the transmitters, so long as you kill the guy, this will automatically do that. I don't know why they put it in the game anyways. Probably to stop the, um, it issues just because you kill the guy and you forgot the controller. I don't see why anyone should struggle to drop it. But yep, you go over here or somewhere around in this general vicinity. I think it's here. You press F to unlock. This will unlock some goodies for you. You've got two of these. Something in here, some money. So that's basically one tier 2 done. We've got a Casimir, which is always useful. A self-revive. Some of these special weapons, which you can get. I think it's random, I'm not sure. And, oh, is your monster, help me. Yep, you gotta kill the king, effectively, because he still stands. Ow, he's licking me, he likes me. Never mind. And now, the king is down. And of course some more 3,500, and you also get the perks. So you're saving yourself a fair amount of money if you can do this efficiently. So I hope that helps. That's my quick little guide to sort of getting perks and weapons. You can get weapons. I've even got a Scorcher case out of this, so it is worth doing. And yeah. New tip, you can actually shoot these guys through the wall most of the time. As long as there's nothing blocking it, but let's go ahead and get him somewhere around here. This isn't the best example, let's do this. I don't think those metal windows are permeable. EG, there you go. It's alright. Nope. You ain't getting that, son. Honestly, these guys are so annoying. Alright, next tip. If you have all your perks, all your money, and all your weapons geared up, watch your variety. As soon as he does that, you have no reason to stay in tier 3 or this map. I think the devs intended it so that once you have all the perks and all the weapons fully kitted out, you don't need to stay here. You can go off and head into the Dark Ether. Any single one that you want to go to. The only reason you'd stay is if you want to collect the candy, or you wanna level up weapons, etc., etc. Beyond that, I see no reason why you should stay. But even then, if that's the case, you should be, in tier 2 where the zombies are easier to kill. Tier 1. You are simply wasting your time by not going into the Dark Ether. The 45 minutes is not mandatory. You can leave. Alright, next tip. You may have noticed this Outlast contract in T3 is quite good in terms of a height advantage, but you can actually do more things to help yourself. For example, you don't have to stay here. You can climb up here. And so long as you remain in this square here, you will make it much more difficult for the zombies, because they have to then rotate around to get to you, and by the time they climb up to you, you are at the very minimum a quarter if not halfway done. So that means if you've got any special weapons, or you only pack a punch 2 and your gun's okay but not the best, you can just do this, because the time it takes for them to climb is difficult, and if you're lucky, they do on some occasions get stuck over there. But you don't even have to kill them either. You can just outrun them like this. And you notice when you get to this little point here, they start to turn around and run away. I don't know what it is about this spot, but you can just do this, as you can see. And it's great. And in the middle of it, you can just shoot them if that's what you want. What you can also do is simply, oh gosh, run away. get a decoy grenade or anything and throw it down there, make them climb back down and climb back up to get to you. And there's always one of these, so you can always refill once you're done with your first two. Mangled. Ha ha ha. Tip number 4. If players are annoying you by taking the cargo delivery, you can quite literally steal it from them by crouching and pressing F. Whatever the button is. Now ideally the cargo delivery for me should be left to solo players in T3. If you're a squad, you have no excuse. You should be going for the ACV. So if players are just being really annoying, not sharing, being grabby, then you can just do this. I would advise though that you be careful, because if they have a VR11 they can heal the vehicle. But this is a great way to teach these guys a bit of a lesson, you know. And once you do this, the VR11 cannot help them. Do I feel guilty for doing that? Not in the slightest. The COD community is the most toxic community I've seen in a long time. They deserve everything they get. I was a nice guy once, I really was. But now, no longer. You reap what you sow, you know my policy. If you are toxic, if you are annoying, anything, I will give back exactly what you're doing, so you understand what you're doing to other players. Alright, next tip. If you do not have a 3-plate vest, let's say you just got disconnected, you don't feel comfortable going into T3 to get one, you don't have to. Simply go up, grab the card from here, put it there. You can kill these guys if you want for fun. It's up to you really. And then head on over to a local stronghold, which I think is up here. Yeah. When you do go into these strongholds, I recommend you breach from the top and you take out only the necessary enemies. And there's a reason for this, and I'll show you in 2 seconds. Get some zombies ruffled up over here. That's it, perfect. Go on and climb to the top. Find a way in. Make note of wherever this chest is going to be, which will only spawn when you do. Oh, actually, I don't think we can get in this one. Can we? We should be able to, right? No? Okay. Well, usually you can get in through the rooftop or something. But if not, we've no fear. We're just gonna run through. And we are gonna do this. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. And the reason for this is because as the zombies crawl in from underneath, the mercs that will spawn in the helicopters, etc., will be busy with the zombies, as you can see. And so you don't have to do any work, you just gotta watch out for these annoying guys. God, so annoying. Gosh, you're tough. You maybe don't want to be too risky like me, or you can if you just want to risk it for fun. Go ahead. But yeah, notice most of them will be preoccupied by zombies, depending on the area. And well, not only do you have access to the Legacy Fortress, but a free 3 armor plate vest, without having to spend the money, and without having to risk yourself in Tier 3. And I'm pretty sure you don't have to go into tier 2 either. There should be some in tier 1, if I'm not mistaken. Should be. Should be. Should. Should we? Should be. Yeah, there we go. Although it's better off to go into tier 2 because the zombies are tougher and give the mercenaries a harder time. So yeah. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Hmm? That's right, I'm dodging you. Left, right, and center. Take that, pumpkinhead. Yes, please. Alright, next tip. I have no idea if many people are aware of this, but again, another tactic that I use quite often, actually, is trucks. E.g., one here. Is this a good, healthy truck? It's okay. If you have an elevated position, let's say you're trying to take down a mega abomination, if you use the truck to cover a door or ladder, these zombies cannot get you. As you can see. They can still throw some meat at you if they're in a good placement, but they will never be able to climb up like so. Oh. If the ladder isn't covered, there we go. I think it's fairly self-explanatory, really. Oh, don't mind me. Oh no. Cavalry's here. They'll probably patch this now I've showed it, but the reason I've not done it before is because I didn't want them to patch it. I kept it a secret purposely so that when they got to season 6 and they thought they were done, well, sorry to bother you, but no, you really are not. They'll still throw meat at you, but if you hide behind something like this, go and take out the mega bomb, and because you're in an elevated position, they cannot get to you. So yeah, you can create your own little safe space this way. And it's not just that, you can also do it with this objective here. Let me get rid of these guys because they're gonna, I mean, I'm scared they're gonna destroy the truck. That might destroy the truck actually. Oh yeah, next tip. If you jump into these, they will teleport you. There's another tip for you. Who wants some? Who wants some? So for example, sometimes I like to block these exits. And voila. You gotta be careful with the wheels because they like to roll out, but them. Now, if you had another vehicle on the other side, this would force the zombies to have to reroute up these ladders, which takes longer normally. So if I were to activate this now, as you can see, everybody's gone, gladly. Let's just see how long it takes for these guys to effectively get up here. Bar the dogs, they're fast. And by the ones that were already here. I think these guys spawn here. Mangled. As you can see, we're at 50% and there's not that many zombies. And what you can do as well is just jump down, make them come down. Get them all gathered in here, like so. I'm gonna shoot his arm off because it can get in the way sometimes. There we go. And then we're gonna jump here. And they have to go around that way. We can climb up here. And simply carry on. And now they've got to turn back just to, you know, get to me again. Next step, if you want to face some extra difficult zombies like tier 4 or omega zombies, just fight them in the storm. But the storm's nothing to be afraid of, really. So, alright. Let's say you want to be really annoying. There's two things you can do. Let's assume that this cargo delivery is gone. It doesn't exist there. I'm pretty sure so long as you remain within a fairly close proximity to it. If somebody's picked it up and done it and you're waiting for it to respawn, if you sit here, lie here, or stay close to it, it shouldn't respawn because it's an kind of anti-nabbing technique, I think they put it into this game. Unfortunately, it can be now used for trolling, so this may force them to finally make it client-sided, which would be quite nice, actually. So yeah, get to work, Activision. And on the side note, you can simply take it, do this in T3 or T2 if you want, but T3 is most effective because there's only one cargo. And now you can simply never touch that and leave it alone. And if you do this, you're effectively holding the cargo delivery at least hostage. But let's say there were multiple players in this game, and I would never advocate this, no, never, personally. But let's just say that people found out about this, and they were doing it on multiple occasions because one guy comes in and gets the cargo, so the other one's gonna go for the bounty. Well, you could technically hold T3 completely hostage this way. But like I said, I would never advocate this, but if such a thing were to happen, I imagine Activision would have to get pretty on it to fix the issue and the complaints. Yeah, they may have to make it so that the contracts are client-sided, so no one can really steal them anymore, and everyone can get them at the same time. Yeah, I mean, we don't want that, do we, guys? While I'm at it, tip number something, whatever. If you're struggling in the storm, you can't escape, you can actually use these exfils to get out. So if you can't make it to the other side, you can use this to fill your mask, go back here, defend yourself from zombies, and get into this mission, and then escape. And this mission's easy, so you just complete it and you won't lose your things. So that's one way to save you. The alternative is using the Dark Ether Rifts in the storm. You can use them, no problem. Because of the new update, you do not need a small triangle to do the basic Dark Ether, the T-form. All you need to do is go up to it and hold the interaction button. That's it. Okay, next step. Let's say that the exfil is down there for whatever reason. What I like to do, if the storm doesn't start on this side, is I like to hang around here. Even if I have to stay in the storm, what's great about this location is there's no zombies. There's an ammo case to refill your mask if you're in the storm. And you can simply wait till the final exfil shows. When it does, simply look at the code you want to use. I question mark you. Alright. Question marks. You. And go. This may not be, you know, as far a distance, but let's just assume that it spawned up there or something. You can do the same thing. And you know, while I'm at it, I think I just mentioned that I'll also do a video on this as well, a slightly different video. I wanted to do the best weapons video. But if you've got some enemies, like a big pack of these, let's say you got a bounty and you don't want to engage it directly because it's quite powerful. These guys know I'm here, but if you do it just right, like so, the Scorcher will allow you to shoot these zombies through the wall. So let's say you block the ladder or something, you can actually use the Scorcher to kill zombies through the ceiling. And maybe do another demonstration of this with an actual bounty, but I don't have time now, but you get the point. Usually this is great for mimics because they never ever move if you stay still and do it right. I've basically completed all the 4 challenges whilst doing this video. Pretty neat, wouldn't you say? So, there you go. I also gave you a tutorial on how to do this challenge easily. Just stick around here for the last game. Gosh, look at all this mess. Alright, and to wrap up the last little bit of the tips and tricks for Modern Warfare Z, I thought I'd go over any challenging weapons that I think players will struggle with, but I'll show you an easy way to get past it. So first things first is the Joker, and I'm not too sure what happened with the Joker, but you'll notice the challenge is get 25 kills with the Joker. First thing to note, if you just want to get kills with the Joker, you don't actually have to fire it to get those kills. You can actually just melee level 1 zombies. It's that simple. Now, I recall when I was doing Borealis, or in this case, Bioluminescent, that it required you to get something like, I think it was 10 kills in 5 seconds. Something like this. I don't know why it's locked, because I'm 90% sure I unlocked it. I think I would have had to get Bioluminescent, which I do have on other guns, like, I don't know. Yeah, Modern Warfare. Yeah, there we go, unlocked. Yeah, so I don't know why, I think they changed it because people complained. But the challenge was, if it's still there for some of you, to get something like 10 kills in 5 seconds. So what you would effectively have to do is get either 10 melee kills, which was next to impossible actually. And so if you're faced with that challenge, what you need to do is, ideally you want to head to the tier 2 exfil, which is next to the Shepherd mission, I believe. It's in the top left corner of the map. You know, not top left, middle top left, by the lake, in between tier 2 and tier 3. And what you want to do is, there's this really small island in between where the exfil is and where the little island is. What you typically want to do is you want to activate the exfil and you want to jump in the water and get as many zombies as you can towards the edge of the lake. And then what you want to do is quickly zip line across, and when this happens, those zombies are frozen on the zip line. Then you want to get your Joker and you want to aim at the zip line where the zombies are and fire. And when you do this, each rocket, so probably 10 exfils in that game, will get you more than 10 kills easily, because the range is so big, in 5 seconds. It's a slow process, but it's effective. Now, if the zombies are a bit tough and you want to do this in tier 1, you can. All you have to do is apply the same thing, whereby you will get a boat, drive the boat relatively far out, just long enough to activate the Joker. Keep the boat there, swim back, activate the exfil, get as many zombies as you can to chase you at the edge of the water, swim to the boat, and make sure the zombies don't despawn at a great distance. Fire the rocket off the boat onto where the zombies are trying to get you from, and voila, done. If not, well, these are probably the challenges, maybe, I don't know. But I'm 99% sure I did the Joker because I remembered how much I hated it. As for some of the other weapons, you've got the Stormender. I don't know why some people struggle with this. Even though it's weak gun, it's still quite good. This weapon, all you need to do is pack a punch it to level 3 and give it a legendary or purple tool. Once you've done that, head over to the tier 1 exfil and simply kill the zombies. This thing is a beast for tier 1 zombies. It annihilates them at ranges and at not just range distance wise, but also spread wise. It's an incredible gun, really. It's a shame they didn't really buff it or anything for tier 3 because it would have been amazing. But yeah, that's how you would do this weapon, which is, I know there's 10. There's special or elite kills. They're also easy. You just wait till the final exfil and do it with a legendary and Pack-a-Punch 3 gun. 300 kills. You can pretty much do this in, I'd say, a minute tops at final exfil, or 2 exfils. You're basically done, so long as you kill enough zombies. And yeah, now the only other class of weapons is generally melee weapons. There's nothing typically wrong with melee weapons. Oh, I should mention the bows actually, and the grenade launchers. I think there's a bow and there's something else. Is it the rifles? Crossbow, isn't it? Yeah. You may find that when you're trying to do the crossbow challenges, that when you get these kills, they are not counting. You'll be like, but it's in the track challenges and it's not going up. If you have an explosive tip bolt, and it happens to be the case that the explosion kills the zombie, it will not count towards your challenge, at least when I was doing it. I don't know if they've changed it, but I don't think they have, because I did the crossbow and it hadn't changed. Not the crossbow, the bow. So anything with a bow or crossbow, generally speaking, if you are doing the challenge, do not, for whatever reason, use any of the explosive bolts. You just want to use normal arrows that give high damage. I think it's the Ripper one. Did I use massive damage? Yeah, either default or that. I think the thermite tip one's fine too. As long as the actual arrow makes contact, it will count. Otherwise, it won't count. They don't mention that anywhere. I don't know why. It's a stupid thing, personally. So yeah. Now, when it comes down to melee weapons, melee is not too difficult. The melee weapons are actually quite powerful. In fact, they're the top weapons to kill the Stormcaller. I think it's Stormcaller. However, there's one big problem in this game whereby if you apply the weapon ammo mod, is it lightning bolt? What is it called? Bear with me. The dead wire ammo mod, that's it. To a melee weapon, it's good, but it's causing a problem, which is when it activates, the zombie sort of freezes in place, and because there's a kind of lunge towards the enemy, you're always locking onto this zombie that's frozen in a death animation, and you can easily get swarmed by zombies. And when you try to kill the surrounding zombies that are not in an animation, you find yourself always attacking the zombie who's doing the animation because he's closest. And when that happens, you can't kill the other zombies with a knife. So whatever you do, do not ever use the dead wire ammo mod unless it's prescribed in a challenge, in which case I wish you luck. Because it's gonna cause you hell, essentially, for killing zombies. My advice would probably be to use the either the frozen ammo mod if your challenge relates to the big bosses. If not, then my recommendation would probably be the fire one. One of the issues with the toxic ammo mod though is that if you want the kills and you knife a zombie and you turn them, that's great, but that zombie's kills, one, the turned zombie when it dies doesn't count towards the challenge, and two, when the turned zombie kills other zombies, that still doesn't count. Either because of a lack of foresight from the devs or for whatever reason. Either way, I think is stupid, annoying, impractical, should have been patched at some point and it hasn't. So yeah, that about wraps it up for this tip.